2, 1, 0.
In October 2006, the NASA Stereo mission was launched, and I was lucky enough to be working on the mission at the time. This was a mission of 2 spacecraft moving away from the Sun, looking back along the Sun-Earth line and making observations of the Sun and the solar wind that was heading towards the Earth. Well, by 2010, we'd collected some 100,000 images. We realised that we needed help in analysing all this data, and so we set up a citizen science project with the help of the Zooniverse project, and we called that project Solar Stormwatch. The information gets sent back at the end of the day in really high resolution images, but also in real time, in much more grainy images. And this enabled the Stormwatchers for the first time to actually do real-time forecasting with these images, and to actually test whether we could predict when these would arrive at Earth and how accurately we could do that. My colleague Luke Barnard took the data and was able to produce a really comprehensive catalogue of when these storms were occurring and what their basic features were, and was able to use that to test some automatic algorithms. These faint fluffy clouds moving out through space are really difficult to be identified by computers, but by getting storm watchers to actually look at the data in more detail, we're actually able to use that to compare against the computers and actually see how well an automatic routine would do. My colleague Shannon Jones, is soon to be my PhD student, has taken the data from an activity which was called Track It Back, which took the features in the solar wind and tracked them right back to the surface. And we were actually able to show that these storms get deflected by magnetic fields in the Sun's atmosphere as they're emerging from the Sun. And again, that was a really nice piece of work using many different events rather than just one event and thinking it's curious. If you've got many events, you can actually get some reliability of that. So between us, we've been doing some really diverse and interesting work, and that has all been made possible by the generous storm watchers who've used their time to play with our data, to actually do the analysis for us and enable us to do things that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to achieve.